Hello everyone. You started timing? Okay, hello everyone. My name is Tom. I'm from linqapp. Yeah, I already told you I gave a presentation at the idea show. There was a 6-minute pitch. And I'm very tired, so I will do this very slowly. Really, because last night was crazy. Belgium played and they won, and it was emotion. And then I had the idea show, and now I feel like I'm gonna faint any moment. So if I faint, catch me, please. Maybe the VCs can catch me. Yeah. Some of you already know linqapp, but I'm going to start at the beginning. What is linqapp? Linqapp is the app for language learners. I study Chinese, and it's very interesting, amazing, but horribly difficult. All these weird characters, and oh Jesus, and they all look like alike, and I have so many questions. The problem is, if I would have a native speaker next to me, I could get the answer instantly. But the problem is, I don't always have that native speaker. Or I have that native speaker, but I cannot just go on the street and ask, hey, can you translate these characters for me? Not possible. So linqapp provides the solution. With linqapp, how does it work? You can ask any language question by text, by snapping a picture, or by recording an audio clip. For example, here we have Tracy. Tracy's from the UK. She's studying Chinese. She wants to know what the symbol means, so she snaps a picture. She sends it through the linqapp platform, and all Chinese native speakers get a notification on their smartphone. I mean, at least the ones that have linqapp on their phone, right? In this case, I'm just going to sit down. It's a bit easier, otherwise I'm going to get dizzy. In this case, it's Nancy. Nancy gives the answer. She says, it means energy karma, pronounced as chu. Is that correct? Chu? Yeah. Right, incredibly useful. Incredibly useful for Nancy, for Tracy, sorry. But for how many people is this useful? 1 billion language learners worldwide, of which 250 million, and it's a very conservative estimate, 250 million have a smartphone. And that's the market we're targeting here at linqapp for our app. Why would people choose for linqapp? Because it's fast, fun, and free. Fast, you get instant answers. For the moment, for example, if I ask a question about Chinese, I get an answer within 5 minutes, which is pretty decent already. It's fun, because it's fun to connect with other people that have that are doing the same thing. They're passionate about language learning, and now they get these answers from new people they meet. And it's free, as in, you start off with 20 credits. If you're out of credits, you can earn free credits by giving useful answers. Or, of course, you can buy credits or take a VIP membership that allows you to ask as many questions as you want. So, this is what we have now. So this app is on Android. We're almost ready with the iOS version. Of course, we're thinking about the future, because we're gathering here a large community of language learners, and our next plan is the linqapp Marketplace. So the linqapp Marketplace will be powered by the linqapp language learning community. So before I continue, and I still have some time, the rest we can all do during the Q&A. This is not carved in stone yet. This is our future plan. And this is how it could look like. For example, we have Kevin. Kevin has a blog post in English. He wants to translate it to Chinese. He's willing to pay $10, and he needs it within 6 hours. So what he does, he first goes to a translation agency. Minimum charge $75, and it will take ages. Instead, he chooses the linqapp platform, the marketplace. He loads his blog, and together with $10 onto the linqapp marketplace, and we send out a notification to all the users that have the correct or that have the matching language skills. In this case, here we have Nancy again. Nancy accepts the job. She does the translation. Yes. Thank you. We do an automatic verification to see if what she did is actually making any sense. And tada, Kevin is very happy, gets the translation within 2 hours. He accepts. linqapp retains 10%, so $1, and the remaining $9 go to Nancy. The result? Everybody happy.
Hands up!
I know. And do I have to moderate myself? Yeah, has any questions for Tom?
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
Feedback.
Are you looking for funding?
No. Feedback.
Great, I have lots of feedback. May I?
Sure. Be my guest.
Oh, thank you. So, I still try to understand what exactly you try to drive. Is this really, you try to make people come to on your line, or to make money, or this is try to help people to work life?
Well, both, of course. We want to combine both. In the first place, we need a lot of users before we can do anything with that marketplace. But I want to add one thing, and that is that we are planning to be self-sustainable already with the first model. So the marketplace is then placed on top of that, but the without the marketplace, linqapp has to be a sustainable standalone company as well. Of course, the thing is, if we enable these people to share this language learning, to help each other, and we have this huge database of users on which we're working now, we want to do something with that. So we have big plans for that, because this is very valuable. So in that case, there the driver, of course, will be language learning. Like to continue in the direction of language learning, giving everybody, provide value for everyone. Provide value for the user, provide value for a customer who gets a translation faster, cheaper, and for us. And for us, making money out of this as a sort of broker. Yes?
One question. How do we make sure the people translate actually the quality of the people? So make sure, because a lot of people there, right? Even I'm a Chinese native speaker. When I translate to English, maybe I'm not correct. This is the first question. Second question is how you compete with the Google service. So now we have a lot of complaint from the Google service, right? So because their translation is not exactly what we want. So how do you make sure you will not make similar mistakes compared to Google?
Yes. First of all, this quality, this is a question I get at every presentation. And it's a normal question, it's a very good question. The big thing here is, I have to mention models like Airbnb and Uber, they have the same problem, They are crowdsourced, so that makes, the nature of the thing is that you have to monitor quality and, in the case of Airbnb and Uber, also safety, for example, right? What we are planning to do is to keep it as crowdsourced as possible. What we could, of course, first of all, I have to mention we have the automated checks. We get out, for example, something that is automatically translated by Google Translate, because that's not what we want, right? Secondly, before every translation, for example, leaves to the end customer, we could pass it first through 3 or 4, whatever, depending, users to verify. So these users could have an extra task and verify the quality of this translation. These are ideas, and of course nothing of this is carved in stone yet, but we're definitely aware of this problem, and we need to make sure that we can provide quality, because that's what the customer wants. Yes.
Yeah, understood. If currently it's not free, I think nobody can charge because that's free, right? So, but if, as you mentioned, the longer time you want to charge the people, I paid the $10, and I want to have some of the certification or something say, okay, I can make sure this is 100% correct or something. Otherwise, how come I will pay the money? So how people can receive the money from there?
Yes, why do people book a room on Airbnb? Same problem, again, same problem. Why do people take a cab ride with Uber? Same problem. So this is, and it's of course it's a concern. We have to make sure that we can get that far. But of course, it will be with a rating system as well. So we will not just give the translations for everyone to translate. We could build in, for example, a system where I can choose as a customer, I need people that are disqualified in the both languages. Or I need somebody that is qualified in both languages and that knows something about accounting. Again, we do not yet have this in place. This is the future. This is the future. And this is one of our main concerns.
I think for Uber, I can see all of the passengers' comments for driver before he comes to pick me up, right? So if I see a lot of positive comments, then I kind of trust the guy.
Yes, actually we could also do something like that. Of course, the only problem the thing we still have to decide, we have not made up this, we didn't make up our minds yet if we want to let people scroll the possible potential translators or not. The way we see it now, we choose. We send out the notification to the people that with the necessary skills, and the first one that accepts the job does the translation. Of course, in that case, it's not possible to see the reviews for previous jobs. So we are still working on that. But one thing I want to say here, again, is that now we are really working on our linqapp community. And these services, they could be different as well. We could provide live, we have lots of ideas, but I want to make sure that everybody understands here that we already have this working app that's working really well. I think some yeah, for the moment, yeah, we have around 13,000 active users. But well, it depends on how you define active. But we have 13,000 users, yes? And I have to say, without any very active, aggressive marketing. And that's what we're doing now. Now we're really spreading out the word too, and this is important, not just, we're not doing this growth hacking where we're in the top list, no. We want language learners on the platform. We don't want people, oh, this linqapp, I'm going to check it, and then, oh, I don't use it. So, to give you an idea, we're working on a very viral video, which will soon be released. We're setting up partnerships. We already have a partnership now with NTU, iiiNNo, NTUE, and soon NCCU, so with the language center, etc., etc. There's lots of things going on for the moment, yes.
Follow-up question here. About your model, first of all, how would you say the pricing model is? Secondly, have you considered your competitors, for example, when you look at Rosetta Stone or say Wikimedia, translation interpretation is actually very professional. And it relies heavily on the cultural background of translation interpretation.
Yes.
How would you distinguish people from that end? Usually when people come to the web looking for translations, they're seldom looking for everyday language, it's actually for professional interpretation. And usually it's a very short sentence for one view, if nothing. And how would that make you compete or stand out from the previous auditor aspect? How would you stand out if you compete with Google or Yahoo?
First of all, I don't think Google or Yahoo are competitors. No, I mean... Don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong.
Recorded already.
I'm gonna explain, give you some time. No, our real competitor is, for example, Gengo. Gengo is as close to crowdsourced translation as it gets. They are Japanese based, they're a very nice company. So what they do is they have sort of brought translations online. They sort of, and the fourth point, Gengo hires the translators. They're freelancers, but yeah, they do quality checks. If you look one line up, of course, that means that their commission they are charging is 50%, whereas in our system 20%. But to come to your question, the pricing model, and this is very interesting in our approach, is free. The customer can choose what the translation is worth. You want a translation? You can choose. Of course, we're going to gather all the data. We're going to give suggestions. If somebody asks a 10-pager for $10, of course it's not possible. I mean, he has to sort of see that this will be nonsense. But what we're creating in this way is, for example, if you want a translation but it's not very urgent, and you say, oh, look here, I'm going to give €5 or $5, and I'm going to wait. And maybe in 3 days somebody will have translated it. That's a nice, like, sort of capacity thing. Like, we have translation capacity, and with the price you can influence the capacity. So the best translators, of course, will have the first choice to get the nice jobs, etc., etc. I think that's a beautiful thing in our model, that we leave this free. It's a free, it's sort of free economy within our system, of course.
And your role cost, how would you support your system?
What do you mean with support?
You gotta make money.
Of course, of course. I mean, we are taking this commission of up to maximum 20% on every translation.
You gotta have a fixed cost.
Well, of course, our fixed cost will be, like Gengo, they hire the translators. So they have a huge cost in terms of, they have to pay those people to revise the quality. In our system, which is crowdsourced, we don't need to hire those people. Our translators emerge from the crowd. Of course, we will also have some costs, I'm aware of that. I mean, maybe some quality responsible. But other than that, we want to keep the costs out because it's the crowd that translates.
Is that because you want to find someone who is willing to share and they want to get money for your talk, as your talk? You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's like you are looking for someone who is willing to share their expertise. Like I can do, everybody over here can do Chinese translation for sure, but you're definitely gonna be like a good one, a great one for them to do the business model. I mean, for your business model, they can provide fair quality under your business model. Is that what you're looking for?
Well, what we're actually doing is we're enabling people that are good at languages to monetize their skills. The same way in Airbnb, again, you can monetize the fact that you have a free room. Or you can monetize in Uber, you can monetize the fact that you have a free space in your car, etc., etc. So that's what we are trying to do.
I guess I'm kind of buying to the deck of the website and previous presented. I have some critiques here. I think you mentioned ArtNet times. The difference ArtNet is more real estate, this is more location. Here your service, allow me to say it this way, it has to be professional focused. Otherwise, it will be difficult. For example, you mentioned Chinese people apartment is Chinese. 今天小王这个端午节送给老板，送了一个礼物进去了。老板会说这什么意思啊？小王说小意思，小意思。老板说哎，你这太不够意思了。哎呀，这的确是不好意思。
Good on.
There's just like this mentioned that I mean, some translation depends on the context, so that's a really good example because in Chinese, even the same words, exactly same words,
I know.
with different verbal,
Horrible.
they were very different, totally different meaning.
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I'm trying to help him because Google or some maybe Django. Google translates for just like dictionary, research the language, and Django is a professional translator. But his service, in my thinking, it's a kind of living and social translation. For example, when you go to the maybe French restaurant and you see some dish and they are French, but you don't know how to know what it means because in French has Canadian French or some French, and even local people has no his personal pronounce to the dish. So his service is provide some kind of help. Is hey, I got a word, I got some name of dish, but I don't know how to pronounce. And maybe yes, yeah, and in maybe 30s of French and will get the questions. And,
And I'm switching back to the role of moderator and give Tom 2 more minutes. Yeah. No, thank you very much. And maybe in the networking thing afterwards, I want to hear your full explanation. Okay?
You have 1 minute packing time, which you are free to do whatever.
Yeah, but one important thing, and this is something we as linqapp have to work on. For nobody, it's clear, so that shows that it's actually.
You gotta pack. You gotta pack.
I have to pack. Yeah. Is that the linqapp, the first system? So what we have now is different with the marketplace. The marketplace is the future. All right. Anyway, thank you.